two more games coming up in the Super 12, and Nas and Gromingo will be here for those particular games. Are we going to get home victories, Gromingo?
We would like to see a home victory, Tony, to be honest. And as long as we can see more home victories, maybe we can get our rugby going up.
Yeah. I mean, it's about picking up the spirits of the, I suppose, of rugby-loving fans out there.
I am. But I must say, South Africa just scored against Argentina.
Yeah.
So we've got another 3 hours to worry about the two games coming up. Let's worry about South Africa beating Argentina now.
All right, well, we leave you for the Super 12 for this morning, and we leave you with a tri-package from all the games that we saw this morning and yesterday. And after that, you can see some rugby sevens, and wish good luck to the South African team over there after this break.
So far as the snacks is concerned, has been not, because he keeps pushing this one over towards me, but I, as Gromingo will evidence, haven't really had it. You enjoying these, Nos?
Do I? They said we must try it and we must give comments on it, and I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Brilliant. Well, there you go. You've had a chance at that, so you can try the pizza twists coming up now as well. Oh, thanks to Woolworths for those. Better send it over to Gromingo. I think he's probably in need of a dinner more than I am. Let's also talk a little bit about the officials. And it's always a bad sign I get in rugby when more time is spent talking about the officials than the players.
Yeah, but they do play a major part lately, Neil, and we've seen it all over the world. Even England, really.
England, Ireland,
Jonathan Kaplan. So they're always going to be a part, but more important, and I believe that's the way they need to look at it, is they're part of the game, and as long as they control 30 players, I still doubt if one guy can seriously looking after 30 players, but then they'll say, no, it's easy because they're watching actually the ball carry, so it's a little bit simpler than that. But yes, they are, and hopefully we'll just get a normal sort of decent performance.
Gromingo, you're still active in rugby, so I suspect you're going to say you've never encountered a bad referee.
Bad referees? No, I've never encountered bad referees.
You may say that, but just in case you get a bad one next week. But anyway, yeah, important today, and obviously we'd like to see a clean game and free-flowing as far as spectators are concerned.
Oh, yes, for sure. I mean, the spectators come to watch rugby. Obviously, they want to watch a good, clean, flowing rugby. And, you know, stop, starts. It's a hell of a... not very good with the spectators. So let's hope we get a good, clean game from the ref. Nice.
But Neil, to add to this, but it's also the players that must also come to the table. You can't give away like 20 penalties between two teams and think it's going to be a free-flowing game. Sometimes I believe the players are making it very difficult for the ref to really get the game going.
Okay, well, let's take a little bit of a closer look at the match official for today, and this look at the match officials is brought to you by Income Specialists.
Yes, certainly, and they have done well with these past two games, and I just hope they can just get away from that mindset that they start off well and they fade away during the competition. I just hope they can keep it going, and today, obviously, their tails are high from last week, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see.
Just dwelling on some of the key positions, we've touched on Os, but let's go into a little bit more detail about Andre Pretorius. What have you made about his start to the Super 12, and how critical is his role today?
No, the first game he really played well, Neil, and everybody did take notice. And then the second game he sort of started missing penalties, and it looked like the confidence sort of just fell a little bit in the second game. But it's a team effort. You know, fly-offs and scrum-offs can only be as good as the front rows and the tight five. Laying a foundation. If you give us a great foundation, fly-offs can kill any opposition. But if the fly-offs getting the ball on the back foot, then you can imagine centers, fullback, everyone is sort of going backwards, and then it's not easy. So, and I know forwards love this, but the game really starts up front. And the sooner the Cats can take control, fine. If the Waratahs are going to take control, I believe then the back line of the Cats is not really going to be anything to notice.
Okay. And there's Gromingo nodding there about that it's all about the forwards, getting some possession. Just to remind you that we're on Supersport 5 at the moment.
Aangebied door Supersport. Voluit rugby.
They've pulled up good wins coming through, and you know, the coach has done well with the guys.
Yeah.
And yeah, just looking forward to the finals now.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so games played yesterday. Let's take a look at the results from those particular games from yesterday. The Blues are playing at home in Auckland against the Hurricanes, and great win for the Hurricanes, Henny, yesterday, 22 points to 10.
I think so, Tony. I think everything seems to be happening according to the log position at the moment. I think certain people obviously the Blues had to win that game to really remain in contention. So I think the Hurricanes have proved that they belong in the top three, and the points reflect that.
Indeed, Waratahs against the Reds. First time the Waratahs beat the Reds in the Super 12. Amazing to think that. 27-8 yesterday. Good for the Waratahs, I suppose, Gromingo.
Yeah, well, the Warriors have been superb form, and the results can just show you there that they still carry on where they left off.
Indeed. Now the games you can see today, we spoke about them a little earlier on. The Islanders against the Crusaders, that's the match that's coming up. Brumbies against the Chiefs. Brumbies, of course, out of it. These two teams are out of it, but should be a good match. Brumbies always give it their best. Sharks against the Bulls, and then the Stormers against the Cats. That'll be later on at 2:30 and at 5 o'clock this afternoon. So great rugby coming to you. Let's take a look at what the log looks like today. The Waratahs going back on top, 40 points. Well, they're staying on top because they were on top last week. Crusaders, they'll be playing today on 35. Hurricanes, Highlanders, Blues, Bulls. That's what we have to look at, isn't it, Eddie?
That's very much. I think the fourth spot is where the contention issues are taking place currently, and obviously we're holding thumbs for the Bulls to be able to leapfrog the Blues, and the Highlanders obviously to lose, which I believe will happen this morning. I think the Crusaders are going to be over them.
Yeah, they should. They really should be. And if we look at where the Bulls are now, they are on 25 points here. So they need to get maximum points from the Shark Tank this afternoon, 30 points, and that'll put them on top of the Highlanders even. And then after that, they'll play the Stormers.
Yeah, very much so. I think as I said, point 4 is really what we're looking at, the fourth position, and the Blues, Highlanders, and the Bulls are all vying for that one position.
Yeah.
But now I think the Bulls have shown in the last couple of games what they really are capable of doing. So I'm confident that they might do some leapfrogging over the next 2 weeks.
It's just interesting as well in the derby, Gromingo, is that in these derbies that we're talking about, local derbies, 12, 11, 10, those teams will be playing. No one wants to come last at the end of the day. So
Oh yeah,
maybe we can look at that position.
No, you definitely got it right there, Tony. I mean, home derbies have always produced great rugby for some reason or another.
Yeah.
But no, the players are actually going to be going all out for it because there's honours at stake, and there's Springbok jerseys to be grabbed, and there's a few.
Well, are there Springbok jerseys to be up for grabs at all? That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's been a good Super 12, especially for the youngsters that have come through and put up their hands, and it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to pan out.
Okay, let's talk about the two teams, Highlanders, Crusaders. Although I saw you grinning when I was just asking that Springbok jerseys up for grabs.
Someone's going to play the Springbok jersey.
Well, we know who's going to play, so I mean, all the other guys can go out, they'll play a little bit. Why bother playing anymore? Okay, listen, we've got the Highlanders playing at home against the Crusaders. We saw the Highlanders lose last week against the Hurricanes, and what do you think is going to take this match? You were saying the Crusaders, you think they're too good for the Highlanders?
Yeah, I think the House of Pain's a terrible place to go and play. They've got a great record, but I think it's going to go according to history. There are, of the 12 games that have been played, the Crusaders have won 8 and the Highlanders 4, and I just think the Crusaders are just too well polished.
Gromingo, just quickly for me, who do you think is going to take this one? Do you think Crusaders too strong for the Highlanders?
Well, I think at the end they will probably come away with it. But it's just two great teams that are going out for each other, and I should think that the Highlanders, if they can just hold the wingers and the expensive game that the Crusaders like playing, I think they're going to strike down.
Well, let's see what happens. You're watching Vodacom Super 12 action. We'll take a short break. After that, we'll take you to the House of Pain. Highlanders against the Crusaders.